Porn.
No, it's not that.
It's not that?
Simple, easy stuff.
My mom's name.
No, that's not. I wouldn't know that, right? But rap. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll go with that. We'll try it again. Okay. It's okay. This is gonna be good. I love it.
Guys, this is.
You know what? We'll do it a bit different.
All right,
I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to.
I don't like you always even playing with my phone already.
No,
you
I'm
know
not
what
doing
I mean?
anything. Nothing.
My phone.
What I want you to do for me is, can you think of a childhood friend? If you were to go back years, that one childhood friend that stands out that even if I were to Google you, I wouldn't be able to know.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
That person, like that's the one guy that stands out.
Yeah.
Even like in a week, in a month from now, if I were to ask if it's the same guy.
No.
Look him up. Tell me if his image pops up, and I'm gonna stand just like this.
This guy goes. Well, I typed him.
Okay, did you hit search?
Yeah.
Did his image pop up?
Yes.
You see his face?
Yes, I see his face.
Oh man, this is good. Stare at the face, take a mental image, delete the history, throw it away, put the phone away.
Okay. Alright. Alright.
Now honestly, Dusty, is there any way I can know this person?
No, hopefully not.
If I could guess this person, would that honestly blow you away?
It will right now, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You know what I think is better? I know you're recording this. You know what I think is better? How about we do it on the pod? Midway through, stop me. Just say you guess the name.
You better write it down and remember.
You do.
I want the exact spelling.
So when in the pod, do you want to do the mind reading at the end, or do you want at the end? Okay. So then at the end, I'm gonna say think of a friend's name.
Yes.
Think of that person.
Okay.
And make sure delete the hit. Make sure I don't touch anything. I don't want to go through anything.
You can't go through my phone.
Nothing.
So okay. No, like you can't.
I'm not even gonna touch your stuff.
Okay. You
you
already touched it. You already know what it is. Like the person that I'm thinking of.
I didn't. No, you just looked them up now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go near anything.
Okay. You're good now. You had it.
No.
Okay.
No idea. No clue.
No
clue. I swear on my life, no clue. But I'm gonna get you to think of that person.
Okay. But then, fuck, how do I do this? All right. So that if you, okay, I get it. I get exactly what you're gonna do. Okay.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna guess the person's name.
We're gonna see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I don't think you're gonna be wrong right now because this guy's like.
All right. I'm excited. Let's have a conversation, man. Hold on, I want to make sure the sound effects are loaded. This is different today, man. I'm like, do I want to say nervous? Maybe I'm concerned.
Concerned.
Let me.
You're concerned?
We love hip hop.
I'm petrified.
There we go. You're petrified, eh?
But it's like it's a good one. You know? It's a good one.
I wish I had my mouse. It makes my life easier, but don't worry about it. I'll do the mouse pad. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's find some music to play to start off this episode here. What was I playing before? I was playing some tunes before when I was walking on the way over here. And let's see if I.
Oh,
I
man did his research. Made in Toronto. I like it.
Hold on, I'm gonna go a little bit further along, okay? Because you know, I think you're a fan of long intros.
Yes.
You ready to get this shit started?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right,
let's go.
All right.
Wow. What a way to start it off.
Yeah.
We love hip hop.
What a way to start it off, eh? How did you know?
I read minds too, bro.
There we go. The whole podcast has changed. Different shift now.
I'm more than just a podcaster out here, yo. So we're back here, you know what I'm saying, back at the Visionary Arts Center, you know, special episode going down. Big salute to Dusty Wallace. He's in the building with me here today.
You already know.
Yoey. and big salute to our sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know.
You know.
I'm about to ball up something right now. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or on their Instagram, astro_pink scene. But we have a special guest here today. A lot of times I'm interviewing rappers and stuff like that, but I'm really honored to be able to be interviewing a mentalist.
Yes,
You know
thank
what I'm
you.
saying?
You nailed it. Mentalist it is.
Not a magician.
No.
You're not
Exactly.
doing like little card tricks and magic tricks and
Exactly.
shit like that. You're really getting into the mind.
100%.
You know
And
what
thank
I'm
you.
saying?
Thank you for nailing it. Exactly that. Mentalist.
Yeah, man. So with no further ado, we have Kevin Hamdan in the motherfucking building.
Give a round of applause.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Can somebody pass me my iced coffee right there? I gotta get that iced coffee.
Oh, you need it. You need
know what
it.
I'm saying? So talk to me, fam. Like, how's your year been before we even get into anything, man?
You know what? Good. Thank God for everything, man. I'm a big believer in the man upstairs, and you know the term manifestation.
Yes.
It is facts. It's 100%.
Heavily.
Every decision, every thought, every feeling I've had, I've put 110% into this. And honestly, I'm reaching heights that I did not expect I'd reach so quickly. Right?
Okay.
We had a plan. My team, Maz and Sisto, and we had a plan from the beginning of what we wanted to do. And it's not complacency. That's the thing. It's never complacency. When you hit a goal, for me, that just opens another door.
Yeah.
We got more goals. And that's why I say, you know, the biggest question I always get asked is, what is the goal? Never stopping. Because with the thought process of anything is the possibility, you can never stop.
Yeah.
And to answer that question in the fewest words, speechless. It's
Speechless.
what I was able to accomplish so quickly. But it's hard work, right? It's not like it was given. It's working day in, day out with these two guys right here with me all the time.
Okay. Yeah, man. Salute to the squad, man.
Salute.
And salute to y'all podcast too, the non-podcast of
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? Very dope show. You know what I'm saying?
Very dope show.
Okay, let's get into what you do. You're a mentalist, right?
Yep.
Describe mentalism, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so mentalism, and I like exactly, you nailed it. It's not like magic. Exactly. It's a brand of magic. It comes from the whole same idea, right?
Yeah.
The illusions. But a mentalist focuses on the mind. Essentially, my job is to get inside your head. My job is to read your thoughts, influence your thoughts, predict your thoughts.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's all together.
Yeah.
So to an extent, when you see a mentalist and a magician, and let's say they're both doing something with cards, a magician would have you reach in, take a card, sleight of hand, and find it. A mentalist, the difference would be think of one or put one in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No
right.
sleight of hand, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you're also, so you're not actually into reading people's minds.
To an extent, you are. Like there's parts where you're creating the illusion, yes, but you still do know how people think. You study how people think.
Yeah.
It's the psychology. It's the body language reading. There's a lot that we give away that we don't even know. And that's why I say our thoughts ultimately justify so much in our life. I'm a big believer in the term or the idea of the butterfly effect, and that every decision we've made has led us to where we are today. That also is with every thought we have. You think negative, you're going to lead down to negativity. And that's why our thoughts lead in to our actions, lead into one question. If he's upset, does he have to say anything for you to know? Honestly.
You could read body language. Basically.
Exactly.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Exactly. So it's to an extent that heightened and a lot of practice with obviously the magic background in there as well, playing a role.
Yeah, because you don't actually do magic, but you do magic too. Like, you know how to do magic. Like, for example, like from a young age, you've been interested in it.
Yep.
Your dad showed you how to do magic at 6 years old.
Yes, I love it. You
know what
know,
I'm saying?
you are a mind reader too.
Yeah, or more a researcher, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
Okay, before doing, you know, the mentalism, can you take us through like learning how to do just magic,
Absolutely.
pure magic?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a fun story. So the farthest that I can remember is the age of 3 and 4. That's the farthest that my brain can go.
Okay.
Obviously, there's some images that pop in when you're younger, but I don't know if that's just me thinking I know, but 3, 4 is the farthest I can remember. And as a kid, my dad had showed me David Blaine, and he was always watching David Blaine. And what I remember is in the dining room, David Blaine just floating. You remember that? 1997
That was
Street Magic.
crazy.
Yeah. So he just, and that's all I remember at a young age, is in the kitchen, seeing that TV. We had a very small TV, and he's just there floating. And then I don't remember anything else. And then 6 years old, my dad was showing me tricks. So as I said, there's certain images that you remember and all that, but he started showing me this card trick. So he was going to Vegas a lot, and he went to Vegas and he met up with this magician there after he saw his show. And he's like, teach me something. I want to learn something.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, sure, I'll charge you. He charged him some money. My dad's like, let's do it. He learned it. And then that trick he stuck with. Every family party, every gathering, he did it. But when he did it to me, my brain just done. And it was looking back, it wasn't even that good of a trick, but at a young age, it's this is real. This is magic. And I was asking him how to do it, and he wouldn't tell me. So what I would do, and this is where it all started, I would try to come up with ways to do stuff. So what I would do is I'd have an idea. I want to do this trick. How do I do it? Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, but I would try to put two and two together, try to create ways to do stuff. And one of the things I tried doing with a deck was take a deck, take a card out, put it in your pocket, stand across the room, and I try to guess it. At 6.
Yeah.
Wrong every time. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. And my mom being Eastern European background, Romanian, right?
Yeah.
They're very like to the point.
To the point.
Go practice. Not good. Like that kind of like go practice. So sort of kind of trying to create stuff, not succeeding. And then slowly I started thinking of other stuff.
Yeah.
You've probably seen that trick with the coin in the can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you said, yeah, like you don't like it.
I think it's like what? He knows.
It's hacky.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But at a young age, I was loving it.
You're
So-
amazed.
Exactly. So
Amazed.
I didn't know where to go to learn this stuff. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't have anything. So I was thinking, okay, well, how can I create that illusion to do it? And as a young kid, I was able to kind of come up with my own way to do it. Fast forward after my dad finally showed me the trick, but fast forward, I learned how that was done. And I was like, wow, at 6 years old, I was able to figure it out my own way. But when my dad showed me the trick and finally taught me, in that moment, I said to myself, I want to do this forever. I want to start learning magic. So I started going to the library and reading like these little books on card tricks and all that. Not very good stuff. But the one thing, because of that young age, trying to constantly think and innovate and find a way to do stuff, I was able to look, and at a young age, and that's why the growth was a lot faster for me than some, is that I was always thinking outside the box. So if I would read something that wasn't that good from these like library books, I would kind of take it and do my own spin on it. But it was the mind reading that always freaked me out. So I remember watching Chris Angel Mind Freak. I think everybody in the world knows what that show is.
Big show.
Big show. And you know what? People hate on him.
No.
He had a great team behind him. He had great ideas that I think are still ahead of its time looking back now.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some cheesiness in there, but you know what? It's the time,
It's
right?
TV
That's it.
too.
But it's a different era.
Yeah.
Like 2006, 2020, 2022. It's a completely different era, right?
Yeah,
So
very
what
much
was good there is not cheesy. Why is it cheesy now? Well, because things have changed. So realistically speaking, I think it was ahead of its time. But on one of the episodes, he looked at someone and he guessed a card they thought of. And I was like, wow, that looked pretty damn good. There was no cards involved. Just think of a card. Wow. Then in the later episode, think of a name. He guessed it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is not in the book. This can't be done.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? And I couldn't figure out how to do it. Long time after, I started to find ways that I was doing so. I started reading books on psychology, body language. I started reading books on the art itself. And then I started to learn that stuff. But at that point, before I had learned it, my magic per se, the magic that I was doing, those card tricks and all that, always had a mental feel to them.
Yeah.
And back in grade 8 with Sisto, this is the one thing I always did, is I had 2 decks of cards. I had one person take a deck. They chose the one they wanted. I take one too. You take it a card. I take it a card.
Yeah.
We flipped them. They matched. And that was one at grade 8. People were freaking. I was doing it for my parents' friends at the time. Like these adults were like, yo, what's wrong with your kid? What happened to him? What happened? So
why does he keep on fucking with us?
yeah,
Like that?
exactly.
Don't go near him.
Exactly.
Don't go near him.
And then I started guessing in names. I started going down the path of guessing names. And then that's where people started getting freaked out.
Yeah.
And, you brought up a good point. You said, it's not magic. Yes. In the sense of what magic's defined as, yes. But to me, do you know what the magic really is? That feeling you get. That moment when you leave and every problem in your life is gone.
Yeah.
Where you don't think about anything but that moment. That to me is the magic. I want to give back to the world and to the people like that, to give them an experience and a feeling that you can't describe in words.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good, yo.
Very.
Yeah. You got anything before I shoot again?
Shoot.
You were mentioning your dad, like going to Vegas and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, what was he into? Because he seems like he was into magic too, bro.
Yes.
So he's the dad that loved magic that didn't know how to do it. He just knew that one. I lied. Actually, he knew two tricks. Tricks.
Okay.
The other one, not many people know that he did this, but this was part of that same card trick. But this one didn't blow me away as much as the card trick, because the card trick, which is funny, had a mental feel to it. Essentially, what the card trick was a shuffle deck, look at one of the 5 cards, good, he mixed them up, and then he was able to find where it is. I loved it because it only existed in the mind. It was thought. It wasn't chosen. So at a young age, I was always attracted to that mind reading thing. But the other trick he did, he had a towel, just a regular towel you'd find, take a quarter. He's like, look, son, watch. Put it in the towel, shook it, it was gone. And I was freaked, but I was just like, okay, logically, it has to still be there.
Yeah.
And I figured it out. But in that moment, it was great. So, where's my dad in all this? He had nothing to do with magic in his career. It was computer programming and now mortgages. That's what my dad was doing. Nothing to do with magic, but he always loved magic.
Yeah.
So it was always as a kid, though. David Blaine's on, we're watching it. Chris Angel's on, we're watching it. Like, that was the thing. And being, like, obviously loving magic and being able to have your dad love magic too and your mom love magic too. It's just kind of like, man, maybe I should do this. I don't want to answer. I don't want to say something that might lead to a question you might ask me, because what I was about to say might answer a future question. This is me being the mind reader.
Well, because your mom, you mentioned your mom, but you know, you also have a love for music. She gave you a guitar when you were young. You know
how do you know this?
I told you I read.
How do you know this? How do you know this? This is.
I'm just like amazed by both of them.
Wow! Wow!
It's the mind reader convention over here.
Wow! Okay.
These two are both freaking me out right now. I'm sitting behind this camera, just like, what the hell?
I was looking for your music on Spotify. I couldn't find it.
No. So I don't have any music on Spotify, but I have a background in music. So music and magic always as a kid. In all honesty, magic started before music. That's facts. Magic started way before music.
But your mom got a guitar from a friend and gave it to you. Why?
Yes. I don't even know how you know that. I don't know where I must have said that, but you nailed it exactly. So my essentially what happened, the exact story with it was my mom's friend from Romania was here and he was great at guitar. Fantastic. He did everything by ear.
Okay.
To me, that's magical in a sense for music. Like you listen to something, you start ripping it. Wow, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So what happened was he had a little guitar and I would always just fiddle around with it. And then my parents, they got me a guitar, cheap Toys R Us guitar, around 7-8 years old. And I was just fiddling with it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay. But later, you know, my grandmother was like, yo, we got to put this guy for lessons. Why not? He clearly wants to know what to do, but he's not doing it. They got me a proper guitar, took me for lessons. And just like everything, when I am into something, I give 110%. I'm as a type of person, if I don't want to do something, I don't do it unless I want to. Like that's how is it. It's not an attitude thing of, I don't want to do it unless I want to. It's because I'm all about effort. It has to be 110% effort. I don't believe in this half effort. I don't believe in this, I'm going to try to do it. There's no such thing as trying. Trying does not exist. You do or you don't. That's it. Yeah. Trying means I don't know if I want to. Yeah.
Like your parents are Romanian?
Romanian is my mom. My dad's Lebanese Persian.
Lebanese Persian. That's where, so you were born here?
I was born here, yes.
Okay. Now,
North York.
In those, big ups. Now, in those two cultures,
yes,
is like magic like something looked down upon?
Great question.
They might have called him a gypsy.
Right? Like, are you that exactly right? And I was thinking that in my head, but I was like, I don't want to be
no,
and offend anybody in the world and be like, yo, call you a gypsy.
No. Yeah, don't even worry.
Or a djinn.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So now I just want to know them stepping outside of the box, like you say, them showing you these little 1-2 magic tricks in their culture. I want to know, how is magic really looked upon? Like, there's black magic, you know what I mean? And then there's the fun magic that you do, right?
Yeah.
There's another level to this. Like, you can go another level.
Absolutely.
Right? So you're borderline, like you can go.
Oh, you mean like that? No.
But,
I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
Okay, granted, because God. But,
yeah.
But I'm saying in that culture, do they look at it like that because you do that? Is that something?
That's a fantastic question. Fantastic. So my parents, they don't care about that stuff. Like zero. Clear as you see, we're watching Chris Angel every day, right?
Yeah.
But to an extent, they obviously like they're spiritual in itself, so they're gonna obviously think like some people might be with spirits at the time when they didn't see their son doing it. As they started seeing me do it, they realized, okay, this guy's not a jinn unless he's lying to us. But no.
Yeah.
So in the culture, yes, my uncle, this is a true story. When I started doing this stuff, my dad brought me to his house and he's like, show your uncle some stuff. And I'm like, okay, Ammo, let's go. I'm Mo's uncle in Arabic. And I'm like, let's go. Let me show you some stuff. And oh man, I did. And he comes to me after, he's freaking out. He's really like, he's spooked. He's spooked. And he goes, Habibi, come sit. And I sit. Yeah. And he goes, Kevin. I'm like, yes, Ammo. What's up, man? He's like, and he just stood there like this. I'm like, what's up? You're not with the jinns, are you? Come on, Habibi. You can't do it. You can't do this. You can't. Come on. Tell Ammo. It's a trick, right? It's a trick. I'm like, I'm going to mess with this guy because I love it. I said, no, my dad didn't tell you, Ammo. I'm with the jinns. And I looked dead in his eye. I'm like, no, I'm just joking. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, yes. But he's still at the back of his mind thinks, because my dad always tells him, yo, Kevin upped it since you last saw him. Kevin upped it every time So I know next time I see him. Yeah. I know next time we're going to have the same thing. Come sit down, Habibi.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
A lot of people don't know that story, but yes.
See, we got
very few people know that story.
That's serious.
Crazy, man.
That's serious.
It's hilarious. And I love messing with people.
Yes.
Always. Especially when they go, like, is this jinn stuff? I'm like, yes, it is. What do you think I am? I hear voices in my head. But really, I got to say to the viewers, no jinns involved here. No jinns. No jinns
involved unless people are drinking gin or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Also, you went to school for music and
math? Yes.
But then you stopped for magic.
Yeah. So I was essentially what happened was, with music and pursuing magic. The problem is telling your parents you want to pursue magic, although they love it and love it all day long. They got to look at, is their son going to be stable? Is our son going to have a job? Is our son going to make money? Or is he going to be broke, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, well, I don't want to go do medicine. Like, that was the kind of thing, like, just to have a safe job was to go down the science route. But I didn't want that. I wasn't into that. I wasn't interested. And I think, especially for medicine, man, unless you are 100% passionate about it, don't get involved. This is people's life you're playing with. You're not playing with numbers. You're playing with people's life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I love music. Music's a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
Let me pursue it. At least I can make a career being a teacher, blah, blah, blah. But always in the back of my mind, I'm like, but I want to pursue magic. I want to pursue magic. But how do I do it? So whatever. I was like, okay, I'm going to use these next 4 or 5 years in university, find a plan, devise a plan, try to be able to do it. So right when I started university, I started doing magic forever. I started reading people's mind. There was one thing I did. We had a York. I went to York for music.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like this little hall where people would come and chill. And I brought these 2 people up and I just started doing something like there. I was like, why not? Let me just do stuff. Crowd formed. And I openly touched one of them on the nose and the other person felt it. And that moment, everyone was like,
that's crazy.
Oh my God. And everyone's freaking out. So I'm like, okay, good. People are liking this. This is good stuff. And after that experience, I'm like, man, I got to divide this plan fast because I gotta stop this from going forward with the music in terms of teaching because
how does a person feel? We're not twins. You know what I'm saying? Like a twin can feel like another twin. Like
he does this,
but how?
See that question? If you didn't ask that question, I wouldn't have a job, right? If you didn't ask that question, this plan wouldn't have worked. But yeah, so I went in and it was jazz guitar. I think jazz music from a standpoint of theoretical knowledge and chops and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, man. It's some good stuff. But that was what I was studying, that and math, because to be a teacher in high school, that was, as I said, the safe route plan. You need a second teachable. So I'm like, okay, what else am I good at in terms of an academic standpoint? Which, to be honest with you, I don't agree with the school system because you're pretty much leaving your future in your life in someone's hands and how they want to mark you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had many experiences where teachers just didn't like the fact that I wouldn't do my homework, but because of my photographic memory and logic, I'd be able to obviously bring my grades up, right? So then I'd have people that give me these weird marks, and I'd literally mess them up. I'm like, yo, come on. That's not right. Like, that's not right. I nailed everything. How are you telling me this?
Like, you knew they were going to give you this.
So, like, the whole point, like, the whole part of school, I was like, man, I just don't even want to be here. And I wanted to drop out in the second year. And I was like, Mom, let me just drop out and do what I got to do. I want just these European parents.
Yeah.
My dad didn't care. My dad's chill, which we're gonna get to that. But my mom, I just want you to have the paper, son. I just want you to have, and I'm like, what paper, man? What paper? The diploma, whatever it is that they give you, the bachelor, like, you know that. I want you to have the paper. I'm like, okay. I'm there in second year. Like, I want to get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not liking this. So I would skip class. Yes. Now that it's all over, I don't really care.
Past the statute of
Man.
limitations.
Yeah. I would skip class and I'd miss numerous days. And what would I be doing? I'd be out at Very Hall at York or different parts of York, just getting inside people's heads, freaking people out. Cause I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So as we fast forward and it's time to make the decision, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, you know what? I know I'm pursuing magic regardless. I'll just finish this whole university thing. So then after my mom's on me about, you know, you got to apply to teachers college. I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. She's
She
like, just
won't give
apply,
up.
just apply. Yeah, just
won't
apply. And I'm
give
like,
up.
you know what? My mom supported me. My mom helped me and everything. My parents, like,
Yes.
I don't just mean my mom, my parents helped me and everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me apply. I was praying to God when I applied. God, make them decline me. Please, God, please, please, please. I want it to be declined. So at that point, you don't have to say anything. It's all, I didn't get accepted. Sorry. And then the mail comes in.
Yeah.
We'd like to offer you an admission. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Why couldn't you have
Answer
said
this
no?
prayer.
Why couldn't you have said no? Man, so I'm like, well, I'm not accepting it. So I declined it in that moment. I'm like, I declined it.
Mhm.
2-3 weeks later, almost 4 weeks later, my mom comes, yo, didn't the results, weren't they supposed to come? Like, are you in? Yeah, about that. I got accepted. And she's like, yes, you got accepted. I declined it. Pissed. She didn't talk to me for weeks. She was like, why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, listen, I have a plan. And the plan was always it was a business plan I wanted to create for magic because obviously to an extent, I love it. It's a passion. I love even just performing for people on the street and all that. At the end of the day, you want to make this a career. You want to do this for the rest of your life. You got to make the plan to make it a career. So I had started creating the plan, but it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. So I told her, I was like, listen, after university, let me just work a part-time somewhere and, you know, I'll do what I have to do on the side and I will make sure it works. Now, as I was working part-time, I worked part-time for almost 3.5 years. And, you know, to an extent, yes, like you can do it, right? You can work part-time and do the other thing, but something's gonna drop. And it's facts. Something is gonna drop. Something's not gonna get its full effort in there, right? And I'd be going to work exhausted. I'd be going like, oh man, like I've been up all night trying to plan this stuff. And then when you get booked for a show, oh, I got to give my 2 weeks, but not 2 weeks, sorry, like advance to take the day off. Oh, but yeah, we can't get you to take that day off. And December in entertainers,
switching shifts and shit like that.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah. And December for entertainers is the most busy month.
Yeah.
And the job that I worked needed you to be there for December. So I'm like putting a bind of what do I do? So I said, okay, after this year, I'm going to maybe just find a different job because I was too scared to go cold turkey. Like that's the wrong term, not cold turkey, but you know what I mean? Like just go straight out.
Take the plunge.
Yeah, take the plunge and just go only on that. Like literally take the dive, no safety net, no life jacket, nothing, and just go with it. I was too scared.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to get to. Fear is something you should not have in this life. But obviously we're human. We have that. So I was too scared to do it. So I said, let me find a different job. So I found a different 9-to-5 job, which, you know, it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. And I had to make the decision to quit and go all in. And I did. I quit. But when I quit, I didn't have that many bookings lined up in that moment. But I knew if I can give 110%, the amount of time that I'm spending at this job, the amount of time that I'm spending sleeping or napping or resting from the job and doing what I love, I know I'm not even going to care to sleep.
Yeah.
So I did it. I quit and I said, I'm going to do this all in. And I am telling you how hard I worked. People in my industry have told me, Kevin, you have grown in ways it's not normal. Like nobody grows like this. Like, and I'm not even talking social media wise. I'm talking about career wise. They're like, nobody grows like this. And I said, and they say in a good way, like, this is insane how you've done this. And it's the effort. It's going 110% into it where there is no plan B. There is no second option. And I never believed in a backup. I never believed, oh, I'm going to have a backup. So many people say, oh yeah, you can always go back to teachers. No, we're not going back to teachers college. We're not going back to another job. We're sticking with this. This is my life. This is my passion. I love this. I can go 0 hours of sleep, wake up super early to do it. And I'm happy because this is what I love. And I think people need that in their life. They need a career that they love. They need something that's going to let them go all in.
All in, yeah.
You need to have a level of obsession. One of you gentlemen, do me a quick favor. In the fridge, there's like an orange papaya drink. Let me make sure that Kevin got something to drink over here too. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Shout out to our sponsors, Astro Pink, always coming with that loud. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or you can hit them up on Instagram at astro_pink. If you know, you know. Because I got some more questions here. This is some papaya juice, courtesy of Zeddy's Hot Plates. You know
Oh, thank you very much. Do I shake it?
Shake it up. We got a glass there if you want. Nice clean glass.
Thank you.
Courtesy of We Love Hip Hop. You know, that's how we do.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so during the time now that you made that that plunge, right? Like even with school and everything like that, there was something that was life-changing that happened with your mom, right? Can you go through that and what that pivot point was?
Yeah, so that was actually before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
That life-changing point was deep. Was deep for me. I almost lost my mom in grade 8. So it was she was having heartburn and all this, and she went in talking about that, and the doctor ended up prescribing her a pill that I don't know why, whatever, took it. It was not good. It ended up being very, very detrimental, and she started getting involuntary movements. If you don't know what that is, it's you're moving without controlling it. And it's a very horrible thing when, like, to give you the whole context too. So this was right when I started learning more deep into the magic, like knowing where to look, where to read, where to study, different resources and all that stuff. So my dad picks me up from school and I'm ready to go home and continue, the grind. And this is grade 8. And as I walk inside, I see my mom just sitting there, and she's
shit, my bad.
Yeah, no worries. So I see my mom sitting there. Yeah, no worries. It worked with it. That's how it felt. It felt like a rainy day. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like a very rainy day.
Yeah.
But I see my mom just sitting there, and she's just moving like this. I'm not even joking. And then my dad's like, "Yeah, we got to take her to the hospital." So I'm like, "Shit, oh no!" And I'm like, "Oh shit, this is serious." So we went. It was a 10.5 month battle going in and out of hospitals because they couldn't find what was wrong. It was to a point she lost so much weight. Like, do you understand? My mom even had to learn how to walk again.
Wow.
My grandmother had to come from Romania. But throughout all of this, why at the end of the day, magic was the strongest thing, is that's what made me go through it, like get through it. Yeah. Magic was there for me. Magic was that thing that it was like, yo, when I did this, nothing mattered, right? And it helped me cope with it. As we're going to the hospital, like 4 or 5 in the morning, I don't even know how old we are in grade 8. How old are we in grade 8?
Like 14, 13, 14.
Yeah, 13, 14. So we're on our way to the hospital. I'm bringing these books from the library with me, right? And we're sitting in the library picking out the books, but I'm sitting in the hospital, just sitting there and reading and going in and out. But yeah, it was a long battle, and to a point we finally found one doctor that was able to figure what was wrong and fixed it. And I get chills every time I think of that moment, because it was a sigh of relief when they used the IV, right? And it was Benadryl. That I believe that's what it was, or something else. And the second that the doctor gave her that, the movement stopped. And she started feeling life coming back. And I was like, wow. But it was a bad time. Like, to a point, like, she even couldn't go pee, man. It was like
crazy.
It was bad. Like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is the end. And my dad was starting to think like, hey, this might be the end. And she said to me, which I'll never forget, while it was bad, she's like, if I die, remember, I always loved you. And I'm like, yo, shh. And I was like, yo, don't even say shit like that to me. I don't need to hear that. You're going to be good. But yeah, that was the life-changing point, because in that moment, magic was that thing for me that I knew I needed. And, a part of that time too, and this goes into, I actually quit magic for 2 years after that. And it's funny how after a situation like that, you quit. But in that same situation, I was getting made fun of for doing magic. People were making fun of me. For why, it doesn't even matter. It is what it is. But as a kid, I wasn't that emotionally strong where I should have been, where I was able to say, yo, I don't care what you think. Yeah. But I quit, and man, I was sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was very depressed about quitting, but I was like, I don't want to be made fun of. And I had a group of friends that I thought were my best friends. They didn't support me. They were all about, yo, stop with the magic. Oh, you're annoying with the magic, blah, blah. So I quit to keep them as friends.
Wow.
And that's wrong on me. Nobody do that. Wrong on me. If I could go back, I would tell little me, stop. But, you know, I quit for 2 years, and the first 2 years of high school, not having that with me, right? I was like, yo, I just felt something missing. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And then I started saying, I got to get back into it. Now, I was here and there still practicing at home, but never showed people. It was kind of like, yo, if you brought up my past about magic, I'd say, yo, stop talking about it. Like, I didn't want people to know because I had ingrained in my mind, oh man, I'm going to get made fun of. I'm going to get made fun of, blah, blah, blah,
really,
blah, blah.
I don't really think it's made fun of. They're scared. I think they were more scared. Like, imagine, you know what I mean? Like, you're scared, dog. Because most people tell their kids, like, oh, magic is some, you know, voodoo or something.
Yeah.
Right? They think voodoo is magic, and they scare you.
Yeah.
They, you know what I mean? They say for you not to practice those type of things, right?
Yeah.
So, like, to me as a kid, if you don't come up like in a household where that's kind of like you can see that type of stuff, yeah, to a 15-year-old or to a 14-year-old, they're gonna be scared as fuck of you, dog. They're not. I don't think they're making fun of because they're. I think they're scared, dog.
And you know, it could be a thing, but you know, I think you're 100% right. It definitely could be it.
Yeah.
Maybe some in there were making fun just because, yo, to an extent, two people.
They can't do it neither.
Exactly. That's exactly
They
it.
can't.
Yeah,
exactly. And it's like, yo, you see a group of people surrounded because Sisto was there through it all. He saw groups around with when I was doing card tricks, right? And some people maybe are just like, yo, that's why does he get to have that? Blah. I don't know. I don't know how people think, man, because I don't think like that. Like I'm all about like, yo, lift people up. Like you love something, run with it. Don't stop. But yeah, throughout that time in high school, I knew I had to get back into it. And I said, that's it. I'm in it. I'm back. And I started doing it again. And I was accelerating at a rate that you like, if you had to do like the slope up, it was just up. Because I was devouring books. I was like reading, writing, creating. Books on psychology, books on the art itself, books on people. Just deep into reading everything. And sleepless nights where I would be going to bed 5:30 in the morning, and I had to wake up for school at 7. And you know, at that same time too, I was playing guitar like crazy because the auditions for York Music, whatever, as that safe thing, but which is still in itself wasn't safe because, you know, at the end of the day, my whole thing was about doing what you love. But yeah, and then the rest at that point, that was a big moment in my life because having that experience with my mom later in my life proved to me like magic was that thing that you always needed. And I was stupid for quitting. And that's a lesson for everybody watching this. If you love something, it doesn't matter what people say. Do what you love because trust you will find the people that love what you do, and more people will love what you do than ever. See, a lot of people question the effort that I put in, but people don't see the deep roots to how much I love this art. This is not just I tricked you. It's not about that. I don't care about that. It's about the experience you leave. And I love creating that experience for people.
You know, that's beautiful, bro. And I'm gonna play a mentalist game with you. I'm gonna give you a name, and then I'm gonna give you 2 names. Okay. A name and a location, and then you're gonna tell me what comes to mind.
Okay. I like this. Right. I like this. Do I close my eyes?
You can if you want.
Okay, no.
Right? Dave and Buster's, Bobby Moda.
I like it. Do you know Bobby?
I've had to go do a little bit of research after, but I got to find out.
Yes.
A little, you know what I'm saying?
Bobby is a very, very good friend of mine. And it's great how I love this. So with, it's because I was going to say, how did you know? Did Bobby tell you? No, I
didn't talk to him.
I like this. Good, amazing research. Amazing. You're hitting amazing points. So Bobby Moda. What happened was I was going to a store that was for our industry, right? And someone there said, you know, you're really into mentalism. You should go check out Bobby Moda. And I was like, yeah, I want to go. Bobby Moda, Dave and Buster's. And I went and I watched and I said, that is a class A performer. This guy's phenomenal. And after the show, I went and I talked and I said, yo, what's up, man? I do mentalism as well. I've been studying in my life. This is what I love to do. And I loved your show. I thought it was phenomenal. And he was like, oh, thank you, man. You know, you can come by anytime you like. So I was like, oh, I'm going to take you up on that offer. I'll be back soon. I came back and he constantly saw that I was always coming back to chat with him. It wasn't anything of just trying to, like, there's some people that go and watch to copy. It's not that. I went because I really liked him as a person and how he performed. I liked that aspect of it all. So I went there and I chatted with him. And after we started chatting, he's like, man, you know your shit, eh? I was like, yeah, it's always doing what I love, pursuing it. And after he's like, we need some sales guys at the front too. Do you want a job? I was like, sure, why not? I don't mind. So I was doing sales for him, ticket sales there. And what was cool too is I was doing stuff for people and saying, hey, if you like that, go watch the show in there. And after that, I started helping him with stuff backstage. And, I knew I had to go and do my own thing. But at the end of the day, he was a great friend and still is a great friend to this day. I still keep relations with Bobby. We always talk, always chat with each other. And unfortunately, something bad had happened to him and he got in an accident. I don't know if you've seen that. So when that had happened, I knew that I had to return the favor. And someone that was like an older brother to me, like I never had an older brother and helped me in many ways, I have to return the favor. So I would go. He was in a coma for months. And as he came out, I was there visiting when I was allowed to. And I would always go and I'd chat with him. And, he's a big Mobb Deep guy. He loves Mobb Deep. So I would always play tracks because, as you come out of a coma, your memory's not always there and not completely there. And always there to support him, chat with him, make him feel good, trying to come out of stuff. So then after when he started walking again, right? Yeah. I knew I had to be there as that friend to help him relearn stuff because, after the accident, he even said, he's like, I'm not remembering things as much as I should. And I said to him, I got you. Let's do it. So I would go on a weekly to bi-weekly basis and I'd always hang out with him, help him. And still to this day, stuff that if his memory's a lot better, pretty much back completely. But he's Bobby Moda. Like he's there. You call him, talk to him. He's there. He's good. Yeah. But still, times he wants to refresh his memory on stuff or revisit something, and I'm always there to help him. And that's the thing in life: never forget the people that helped you. Never bite the hand that feeds, because he believed in me at a time when nobody did. I wasn't working a job that time, and he's like, "Yo, come work for me. I got you, and you get to be around the industry that you want to be in." So someone helps you like that. And because of him, he introduced me to Blaine twice. So, jeez. Yeah. So the first time Blaine was in Toronto and Hamilton and he came, Bobby, me and him went. And then when Blaine, after finished his show, they were going on the tour bus. And so Bobby was going on. And I remember I was like, man, I wish I was on that tour bus, right? Like I would love to meet the guy that literally started it all for me. I saw him 4 years old, this guy floating. I'm like, man, I want to see this guy. And I see a security guard come by and they're like, is there a Kevin Hamdan? Kevin Hamdan. I'm like, that's me. Yeah, they want you on the tour bus. So I'm thinking to myself, we did it. We're going to meet Blaine. Yeah. So because of Bobby, he introduced me to Blaine. We chatted and Blaine gave me a tour deck. He gave me a tour deck that was like you can only get it from that tour, and he signed it as well. And I still have it. And the funny thing is when he signed it, he accidentally smudged it. So there's the smudge on there too, and that's a one of one. You're never going to get one like that. Now. Super authentic. There's a smudge there. Authentic. So then the second time, the year after, he came back, and this was after Bobby's accident. So Blaine, from what Bobby told me, took him out for a restaurant. Blaine's a great guy, man. He really, really treated Bobby right, especially after the accident, because Bobby was a consultant for Blaine. Yeah. He consulted on the TV shows, even a consultant for Angel. So Bobby was deep in the industry. And the second time around, when I went up to Blaine, he's like, Kevin, right? I was like, well, shit, this guy remembers me too. This is great. Wow. But yeah, super nice, super nice guy. At the end of the day, nobody can look down or say anything about Chris Angel or David Blaine because they paved the road. These guys made magic cool again. Yeah. Like the whole, hey, here's the top hat and the rabbit, like that does not fly. People don't care for that, right? That's kids' birthday stuff. And that's why, magicians have this weird connotation to them about trickery or kids stuff or rabbits and weird stuff like that. Now, obviously for kids that works, but magic for the adults, you're going to have that connotation in your mind. Does it fly there? Yeah. Chris Angel and Blaine paved that path and they made it cool. So this guy's a legend in the industry. So at that time when he's like, Kevin, right, and remembered me and chatted with me, obviously that's thanks to Bobby and having that introduction there. But Yeah, never bite the hand that feeds. Bobby was a huge help to me.
Never bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah, and
Never.
if Bobby ever needs anything, he knows. He calls me, I'm there.
Yeah.
Bobby, you're watching this. He knows.
No, salute to Bobby.
Yeah.
Salute to Bobby.
Yeah, man. So that now that we got like your history, right? Let's open up the conversation a little bit more. Like, I always want to know when I see like, illusionist, mentalist, magicians, like, is there like beef in that industry? Like, and if there is, how does it present itself? Like, you guys like do pranks on each other, fuck with each other's brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, when it comes to that standpoint, like there obviously is beef in the industry. There's people that copy other people's stuff. There's people that, like they see, someone performed it live. That doesn't give you the right to do it as well. It's like that person didn't publish it for you to do. It's not meant for you to do. And unfortunately, there's a lot of that where people see something like, I want to do that too. I want to do that too. Like, okay, if you want to do that, at least change it up so it's yours. Like, make it yours. Take some pride into what you do and change it up, right?
Yeah. You've experienced this.
How do you know?
I can feel it in your
in your body language.
In your body language, fam. I can feel that like
yeah.
I have a thing, my own thing is called street mentalism.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? We have to be trained from my times back in the days of being on road.
Yeah.
And doing what we had to do. We had to be trained to read body language, know who's a cop, who's not a cop. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's playing you, not playing you. So there's like a lot of body language that we learn just from being on road. Can I get a witness? Right?
You can't get swindled.
So somebody fucked with you in the past at some point in time.
It's I've had people that literally like, I'm doing something. I want to do it, and I'm not going to give names. And I've said to them like, yo, come on, like do your own thing. Like just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you have to do that, right? And then there's people that I don't talk to. And it's just like, they're doing their thing. I get it. You saw something that you liked from mine. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Are they in this city though?
No. And I at the end of the day, we all get inspiration, right? You see something that's going to inspire you. There's people that inspire me. Bobby has inspired me, and that's facts. Bobby's energy, seeing him on stage, that guy is a phenomenal performer, right? So Chris Angel, another one, that definitely inspired me as a kid. David Blaine, another inspiration too. But at the end of the day, we have to do things original. Like, and obviously I have my friends within the industry that we do chat, and I have seen something they've done. I've done my own way, but I always ask for permission as well. And at the end of the day, like, the goal is you have to make it your own in everything that you do. Yeah. But like, I don't care anymore if someone sees something that I do and it's like, I get it. It's going to happen regardless, whatever. Yeah. It's whatever. But in terms of the beef in the industry, I don't like to deal with it. I don't like to put myself in there. It's like, to be honest with you, I kind of distance myself from my industry. So like, in the sense, I am in my industry because I'm a mentalist and I'm a performer and this is what I do for a living. But I don't really like to get that close anymore with people in the industry because there's very few people that you can trust. One in specific that I really, really, really like, and his name's Spidey. Great friend of mine, a fantastic friend of mine. He's someone in the industry that I will always keep ties with. He is someone in the industry that I always chat with. He's someone in the industry that I completely trust because he genuinely has my best interest at heart. When you feel when someone does? Yeah, you can feel it. He messaged me a few weeks ago. He's like, yo, I wish you become the biggest thing in mentalism. And I really appreciate that. Another guy from, I forgot where, I think New York, became friends through DMs and just from the industry. He had messaged me the same thing. He's like, I honestly wish you become the biggest thing. So those kind of people that and you feel like, hey, genuine. They actually care. Those are the people I relate with. Those are people that I will chat with. But for the most part, I'm not really that deep into the industry. Like it's very, I started in that place where I wanted to be friends with every magician in the industry, but they have this attitude. They have this cockiness. They have this, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Like, chill, man. Chill. With that mentality, you're nothing.
Get back on the ground, fam. Yes. You ain't floating like David Blaine, bro.
Yes, it doesn't. Chill. Yeah, and they can attest, Maz and Sisto, no matter what I accomplish, I'm always trying to make it better. I'm always trying to be a student, always trying to learn more. I am never satisfied. And it's not that I'm ungrateful. Yeah, but it's not that I'm ungrateful. It's that I love this so much that I want to be the best I can be at it.
There's always another level.
Always another. The second you think you're the best, I'm the best. It's like you've lost. You've lost. It's like
the best.
Like, and at the end of the day, what does it matter if you feel like you're the best? If you're not going to grow, you're not the best, because the best know there's always something to learn.
Yeah. I always say my motto is, if you start drinking the Kool-Aid, then this shit's going to disappear.
Yeah. It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true. And this is delicious.
Hey, salute to Zeddy's Hot Plates, yo. I want you to explain for the people the 3 E's.
Yes. Engage, entertain, experience.
Mhm.
Those 3 E's are what my entire show, virtual or in person, are created with in mind. Because, as a career, when you get paid to make it a living, you got to do shows, right?
Mhm.
And I love doing shows. It's my favorite thing, putting it on a show, having everyone a part of it, having an unforgettable experience. And that's what those 3 E's are. They're created with that in mind. I want everyone to be engaged, everyone to be entertained, and everyone to leave with an experience. Because if you don't have those 3 things there, you don't have a show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if it just becomes like watching YouTube, that's not a show. I just watch you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can watch my videos all day long on Instagram, but until you experience it, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
There's a reason for that. Like you can watch me all day long on Instagram, but until you can experience that, you will know.
Okay.
So they got to experience it how on virtual
Or in person. I do in person and
I've seen that, right?
virtual bookings. Yeah. So I do corporate events. That's my main
so right
market.
now you're doing private events.
Yeah, corporate and private events. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I seen you do this stuff on Zoom as well.
Yes.
Where like you're like freaking people out because you're like they're not even in the same room.
Yes,
You're like, how the fuck?
Yeah, that all started from the adaptation. You have to adapt. Like after when the pandemic hit, it's kind of like I know I chose to adapt, right? So you can just say, hey, I'm not gonna adapt. I didn't want that. I didn't want to just sit there. I had to adapt. I had to say,
or die, bro.
Yeah, and what I did was I went back eight months of just creating. I didn't want to, like right when the pandemic hit, I didn't want to just, hey, let's go. Time to do a show. That's not right. Because if you want to have people buy from you, 1, trust has to be there. But 2, you have to make sure that what you're giving them and you're selling them is quality.
Mhm.
I don't believe in this half-assed sale, right? It's got to be quality. And when the pandemic hit, it clearly wasn't quality because I had nothing there. So I went 8 months, spent 8 months writing, creating, testing, trying, rewriting. They were part of it as well. I'd be like, yo, let's hop in a FaceTime. I want to try some with you. Let's hop in a FaceTime. I want to try some with you. Right? So it would be consistently doing that. Even Omegle. That's where Omegle started it to an extent too, is I was testing out material on there. Then after I saw people liked it, so I kind of did it as content as well. But yeah, it was a lot of adaptation. It was a lot of taking what I knew worked in person, but adapting it so it made sense virtually.
Right.
Where nothing would suffer, right? You don't want it to be boring because especially if you're doing a corporate event of 500 plus people on a virtual call and you're boring, do you know what's in front of them? Their computer. Do you know what they can do? YouTube, Netflix, or sign off. Yeah. Exactly. So, having that, and I already knew going into it, and I think a lot of what people need to, if you're trying to make a business or go forward with anything that you do, preemptation. Mm-hmm. Preempt what is going to happen, preempt what can go wrong, preempt what you need to do, what will work, and go with it. Because if you don't, you're not in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you got to plan and execute, man.
Exactly.
And one of the last couple of things I want to ask you, right, before we even get to, because we ain't forget about the name.
We did not forget.
Yes, you want me to guess your friend's name?
I'm trying to,
but don't say anything. Like I don't even want you to give anything away.
I try to switch it up. I can't.
So before we get to that, right? I always wondered, and I was even while I was doing the research, I was looking with my girl, and she was like, "How does that affect like relationships or
that's what
dating and stuff like that?"
Finally,
I know you're in a relationship now,
yes,
but even like while you were dating and stuff like that, like both relationship and like pre-relationship to dating. Yes. So with it, obviously, someone can read minds around you. You're going to be nervous, right? So, and this is a true story. True story, right? My girlfriend, when we first started dating, after I performed for her, I actually met her by doing magic. That's I was like, yo, I got to do something for her. I unlocked her phone. I think in that moment, she's like, this guy's mess. What a weird way to start a talk to a girl, unlock her phone. It's kind of like, wow, this guy just unlocked my life. Wow. But when we first started actually dating and seeing each other, I'm not even joking. If she would be in the room, she would agree. So actually talk to me. Like, just talk to me. Hey, what's going on?
Good. How are you?
I'm
okay. This is what it would be like. She wouldn't look in my eyes. I'm not even joking. I'd be like, she'd be sitting here in the car and I'd be talking to her and she's looking down and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what a weird girl. What's going on? I'm like, are you shy? She's like, no, not at all. Then she'd look and then she'd look away and I'm like,
wow, that's crazy.
And I'm like, what's wrong with me, man? And she goes like, you know what I'm thinking? I'm like, I'm like, wow, okay. So a true story. She would
when
not.
I walked in the room, I freaked the fuck out.
She wouldn't look at me. She kept like very like brief and like.
Oh.
And so, like, as I said, like, you'd be talking, she'd be looking down there, and I'm like, man, I'm here. I'm here. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. So I had to tell her, listen,
looking down like you had tits or something.
So I had to tell her, like, listen, it's not like I'm hearing voices in my head, right? Or maybe I am. I don't know. But obviously, I don't know. He thinks I am.
Yo, bro, I ain't saying nothing. I didn't hear nothing yet.
But yeah, no, like, and I had to tell her to an extent, like, I'm not hearing your voice in my head. I've learned how people think. I read thoughts. So be careful what you think.
Whoa. Yeah. You read thoughts, but you're telling her you don't what? I
don't hear her voice in my head.
You don't hear her voice, you hear your own though.
Yeah, it's like reading body language, right? To an extent. Like if you're on a date,
okay,
and she's into it,
yeah.
I know, right? And that's something that, Spidey had helped me with in terms of body language reading, was a lot of resources in that regard as well.
I'm saying that's very handy, bro.
It is.
You can teach a class on that.
Trust me, I be knowing.
What I started doing, it's bad. When I be at a restaurant with my girlfriend.
Me too.
You want it, eh? You want the class.
No, the body language thing is the thing, bro. Like if you know body language, if you know human behavior.
Like if the person looks to the left all the time, they're lying.
Yeah, playing with
But
the hair,
okay, so that's not entirely true.
Okay, granted.
Because when people lie, it comes in clusters. They do multiple things at once, like eye fluttering or squeezing in the hand or fidgeting, that kind of thing. Like people lie differently, right? So to an extent, like I've gotten to a point where I can feel it. And what I have started doing when I'm out for dinner with my girlfriend is I look at other tables and I know it might be really weird and bad. I look at other tables and I'm like, yo, is the girl enjoying the date? And I'm able to tell not. And then I feel bad. I'm like, yo,
this guy's not getting no cheeks tonight.
From across the room, right?
Nothing.
That's a mud thing.
Mud thing that. So like before you see them naked, can you kind of like, can you see shit too? Like, let's be real. Can you see shit?
No.
All right, cool.
This guy thinks I have X-ray vision.
I'm gonna ask. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask, dog. Okay. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask.
I know you have a grand exhibition. Can you let us know what it is?
I'm planning something big called the Butterfly Effect soon.
Yeah.
So show in Toronto to the public.
Oh my God.
That is going to be produced by obviously myself and Now or Never. Maz and Sisto are the brainchild behind my videos. So without them, I don't think we'd be in this room right now. Without them,
my
videos have the numbers because of the quality that they put behind the work, right?
Yeah, man.
It's also having them as my best friends as well. It's like it's a bonus. Like
family.
I'm working with exactly.
You're working with your family. They actually have your best interest.
Exactly.
Great group of dudes you just brought through here, man.
Absolutely. And we're missing 3 others.
Okay.
Johnny Hills, Havana Heights, Robert Lacaria.
Okay,
Havana Heights is what I was playing earlier.
Yes, that's Havana Hills.
Havana Hills.
Johnny Hills and Havana Heights. So that's the song.
Groove.
Yes, made by.
It's all coming together.
Yes. And Sis 70 is the guy who made the beat.
You are the guy who made the beat.
Yes.
Now you guys are on, eh? Wowzers. I feel that.
That's my walkout song every time I come out. So that's why when you played that, how does this guy know? How does he know? Because before I walk out every show. Exactly. I'm believing it now. I'm believing it.
Street mentalism at its best.
Yeah. Before every show, before I walk out on stage, before I walk out to the performance, that's the song. And it just, when you hear the intros start playing, like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's a good 30-something second intro, so it gives you time to walk out and everything.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can't wait to see that show.
But it's going to be to the public. It's going to be a show. I don't want to give too much just in case. Like, I don't want to give the idea out to someone and someone tries to use that idea. Because it's a concept. It's not that I just found an idea. I was Googling. It's a concept I believe in.
Yeah.
Right. And to be honest with you, I'm a big believer in it, that every decision we have made in our life has ultimately led us to where we are today.
Okay.
If you were to go back in your life, change one aspect, everything would change. Think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why they always don't recommend, like, when you watch
Wow.
those TV shows and they go back in time and they're
Yeah.
like, no, don't do
Yes,
that because
yes.
now you've displaced everything and
Yes.
oh my gosh, no, so-and-so's
but
not
then
alive.
I wouldn't want to do that
Nah,
kind of
fam,
because
you gotta leave everything as
you gotta
it
leave
is,
everything
fam.
as it is, though.
Absolutely,
Because
Yeah.
then I wouldn't have my daughters. It's
Exactly.
Like, dog,
Just one slight move will change the
Like,
whole course of time,
I've
bro.
thought of it like that. Though.
That's the butterfly effect, right? You just place one thing and it's just gonna go.
Yeah.
Like
Every
that.
decision.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I even say every thought we have. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
every thought we have will change the course of events in our life.
Holy fuck. This guy reading our fucking minds right now, Friday.
So,
what the
okay.
fuck?
Speaking of the courses of events and reading minds, Dusty,
Yo.
Kevin,
Ah,
I'm setting up my phone here because I want to capture this here on.
this is
Oh, you want me to read Dusty's mind?
So
so
what? Can we
whole
get the
lot of
name?
clutter going on up in here, dog.
The name, right? Because
But before we do it, I want to try someone with you.
let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll start super simple, right?
Okay, let's do it.
Because what's going to happen,
That camera's running right there.
It's running.
because what's going to happen is as you're thinking of stuff, Dusty is going to slowly start giving things away because he's going to let his guard down, right? It's going to let me get inside Dusty's mind. Now, Dusty, it's essential throughout this. Breathe, 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 breathe.
Breathe.
Friday, do you know what this is?
That's a dice.
Exactly. We are going to play a game. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be rude and I'm going to turn and this way. I'm going to look away from you. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but just so I don't see. What you're going to do.
Back, yo. Holy.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's go. I got it.
Oh.
Sound effects. I want to make sure.
Yeah, we'll make sure we got it. Good?
We got Dusty.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do, in a moment, you're going to take the die and you're going to put one number face up. Let's say you want 4.
Mhm.
You're going to have it face up, cover it with your hands. The reason we do this for 2, number 1, it's face up. If you try to lie to me, which I know you're not a liar, but people have in the past, you lift your hand and you see it there.
Right.
The second reason is you get that visual representation of a number. Your mind is now going to form that into a picture. It's going to allow me to start getting inside your head and seeing different things.
Mhm.
Any number you want. Don't let me influence you. Most people start with 4. I'm going to turn. Give me a clear yes when I can turn.
So
Okay?
I could roll it and then just pick.
I want you to physically, you be in charge of the number.
Okay.
And then have it face up and cover. So if I were to turn, I can't see anything.
I'm gonna turn my back to you. Right?
Yeah,
That's
no
it.
worries. No worries.
All right. No, just a quick second. Not to be rude.
No worries at all.
And I'm like rolling around too because I'm trying to be crafty. with this shit.
yeah.
Right.
Sure, brother.
All
Remember I said most people go for 4. Don't let me influence you.
All right.
So is there one number face up just like this? Yes?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I turn, I can't see anything.
No.
Good. I want you to just think of the number.
Okay.
So as I said, most people will start with 4. Obviously, Friday, I know you're not going to start with 4. So that now becomes 1 and 6 to 1 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, out loud, just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I love it. Ice cold, nothing. One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right there. You subtly got like a nose flare right on the 1 number right there. I'm going to say that's a 1. You're thinking of a 1. Yes? Lift up. Show everybody right there.
This motherfucker.
A 1. Let's go.
This guy's reading the body language there, Oscar.
And I felt my nose go like that too.
Now, Friday, now you know what I'm looking for, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this again. All I'm going to say is most people will change the number.
Mhm.
Don't let me influence you, but give me a clear yes when you want or you have one number face up and covered where I can turn and I can't see anything. And it is essential you keep thinking of your number. So tell me when you're good and what number is face up and covered.
Okay.
So there's one number that's face up and covered and I can turn, yes?
Yes.
I want you to think of this number for me. Now, I said to you, most people would change. You know what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're kind of in an advantage. Out loud again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this is the part that's going to mess your head. Subconsciously, now that I'm saying it, when you get to your number, you're going to see a stop sign. Subconsciously. Start counting now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I love it. One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right there. You couldn't stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is definitely a 2. You were doing it fast, but you overemphasized that t, t, t. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Open 2. Yes.
This guy's a sick man.
But this is the thing. As we do this more, the chances and the odds are harder. Do you know why? Because it first becomes 1 in 6. Then it becomes 1 in 36. Because you can have multiple chances with it. This is the 3rd round.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though. You have an advantage here. You're not going to have to say anything out loud. Okay? So I'm going to turn, put any number you want face up, see that number, and then give me a clear yes when I can turn.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Okay. Go on, true.
Can I turn?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In your head, start counting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. In your head.
One more clap.
Again. He's doing it with his eyes closed. Okay, open up your eyes. Do it with your eyes open.
He's trying to read into the soul, Friday.
Start counting now.
He's trying to read into your soul.
Friday, we're gonna have a mental conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Everything I ask you, answer in your head. Sound good?
Okay.
Don't answer out loud. See, don't even say anything. Sound good? Perfect. My name's Kevin. Your name is? Good. See that volume? Louder, louder. My name's Kevin. Your name is? Good. What number are you thinking of in your head? You just told me right there, didn't you? 2.
Yo! Dusty, you okay? Yo, you're a good guy,
Thank
man.
you,
You're
man.
good
Thank
at
you.
this, man. Yo,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, brother.
Take this away from me.
Yeah, see? That's a dud.
Thank
Yo.
Thank you.
Yo. Yo.
Okay. Last but not least, Dusty.
Okay. Now, Dusty.
What, man?
Before you, I told you I wanted you to go on a mental journey and go through your life and go back to a childhood friend. Now, it is essential, a yes or no for everyone. I didn't make you write this down, correct?
No, you
So
did not.
you are literally just thinking of a childhood friend from when you were a child.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you imagine? Were they in your classroom or was it just a childhood friend on the street?
We'll go classroom.
Okay, so this person was in the classroom. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, for everyone watching, this is not something that I could have found by Googling you. This is not something I could have found by research. You're thinking of an old childhood friend that goes back.
Way back.
And it could
Back
be
at the
anyone.
time.
Could be anyone. I have a lot of friends, though.
Now, do you... we'll cut that out. Do you... Actually, you know, another thought popped in my head. I don't know why.
I know.
2252, that's your pin. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking right there. Do you know why I just did that? When you laugh, you let your guard down. It lets me
No.
get inside your mind. It lets me see how you think. Okay?
Mm.
Dusty, what I want you to do for me is
Yo, what's
think
up?
of that person, see their face.
Yes, man.
Now, do you know their last name as well or just the first
I
name?
know the first and last name.
Okay,
My family.
let's go to the first name, okay?
It's family.
Dusty, I want you to imagine, just look at me right here.
Okay.
Imagine in your mind
Yeah.
seeing that name. So if it was Kevin, it would be Kevin, okay? I want you to look at me right here and imagine saying the name Kevin. Obviously not Kevin, but that person's name. Good. Think of a letter somewhere in the middle. Don't say, just think, okay? Interesting, you changed. Almost as if you thought of the N and the U. I don't know why. You kind of jumped between that, right? Okay. Okay, Dusty, in your head.
He's already there, guys. He's already almost there. No, he's not.
Dusty, let me ask you a sincere
What's up?
question.
What's up? No one could beat this mind of mine.
Dusty, let me ask you a
Nobody.
sincere question, okay? You're killing me. Dusty, just
What's up?
look at me right here.
Okay, dog.
In your head,
Yeah.
I want you to say the name. In your head, just the first name. Say the name in your head now. Look at me. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed.
Yeah.
That is what, maybe, I hope the camera can pick that up. Keep your eyes closed.
Give it to me right here.
Dusty, just the first name.
Yeah,
just the first
Just
name.
the first name.
Who are you thinking of? What's the first name?
It's my dog, man.
What's the first name? What is it?
Dwayne.
Have a look.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my
Dwayne.
Dog. That's my dog.
But this is the thing, the last
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell the last
Of
name?
course I do. That's my family.
If I could look at you and say the
That's my
last
family.
name, would that really blow you away?
Personally, yeah.
That would blow you away?
But once you got there, I'm like, you're probably already you got laps around my brain skills. It's like, yo.
In your head,
Yeah.
say the last name to me now. Say it now in your head. Did you just say the last name? Wiafe.
You're there.
Right there.
What? What? His last name is what? We off? Yo, how the hell do you know last name? This is some unique ass shit, fam.
Look, his eyes. You're terrified now.
No, not really. Not really. I was just
he
like,
knew it was coming.
yo, I have an auntie like this, but I was just like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yo, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yo, fam.
But we gotta up it.
Let's do another one. Let's do one more.
We gotta up it. We
Okay,
gotta up
one
it.
You gotta
One more,
up it,
one more.
man. You gotta up it.
This is what we're gonna do.
That's
Can
not
I-
good enough.
Can I?
That's not good enough.
No,
Pulling
that
a
was
name
fucking
out of your
great.
head?
That's not good enough.
Oh, he wants because you want more. You want more. You're like, do you know what this is?
Yes, I do.
What is this?
It's a phone.
A timer.
Yeah, for sure.
How many seconds would you give me to read his mind? How many seconds would you give me?
1 second.
1
I
second.
give you 1 second.
Okay, we're gonna come back to the timing. What I would like you to do for me, okay?
Because you knew you would have got one of those.
Of course.
Yeah, I ain't gonna give you 5.
Obviously, this whole podcast is around what?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna do something, Brandon.
Let's go.
You said you've been in this the longest here, correct?
Of course.
And you're his protege.
I'm coming through. I'm sliding.
So what I want you to do for me is actually before let's have a little conversation here. If you want to learn the lyrics to a song, right? You want to learn the lyrics to a track and you want to sing along, what is the largest database, largest website that people use?
Google.
But like on Google, largest website if you want to learn the lyrics to a song.
Genius.
Genius. Good. Can you go to genius.com for me on your phone? I'm going to look up a song and I want you to read my mind. I am going to give you a hint. Okay?
Okay.
I am going to give you a hint. But we'll see.
Genius.
We'll see what happens.
Genius. Rap genius.
Perfect. Can I look up a song?
You can.
Perfect. Now, let's see. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna try and make sure the camera doesn't see. I looked up a song, okay, and I'm gonna give you a hint. The song I looked up is written by an artist from Toronto.
Okay.
Any guess at what the artist could be?
Pressa.
Okay, it's not. It's Drake.
Okay.
I thought that.
Okay.
I thought that. I
Okay.
just didn't say it out loud, but I thought that.
What track,
Yeah.
Friday, do you feel I'm thinking of right now?
Headlines.
For the 11 years, for the album, no, but it's actually Middle of the Ocean.
Middle of the ocean. Okay.
But you
Go
can see
through.
how hard that is, right?
Yeah.
How difficult was it trying to get inside my mind, even with hints?
Hard.
Hard.
I you know what? I was doing what I feel was just mentalism. I was just like, you know what?
You're trying to
I bet
feel
this
it.
headline.
You're
I
trying to
just
feel it.
Feel that.
I
shit.
like
Yeah,
it. I like it. So
yeah.
here, we'll do it a bit different. Search, right?
Okay.
I want you to think of any song, okay? Any song. Let's keep it hip hop. Keep it within the brand, unless you want to change it. But let's just keep it in brand. Up to you.
Mhm.
Up to you. If you feel like there's a lot of hip hop tracks,
There's a lot.
a lot, like
There's a lot.
tons. Like
Okay.
it'd be a shot in the dark to just throw one out.
Okay.
Do you want to keep it hip hop based? Do you want
No,
all
we'll
kind
keep
of
it.
music?
We'll keep it hip hop.
I want you to look up any song. So essentially how Genius works, let's say you want Drake One Dance, right?
Mhm.
Which you probably don't, but let's say that's the one. You see it, you click it, it loads up the lyrics. Sound
Right.
good? So do not show anyone, don't show the camera. Look up one song and I am going to turn. Tell me when you're good.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Did the lyrics pop up in this?
Yes.
Can you scroll through the lyrics and can you find a nice word? One word in those lyrics that resonates with you. One word that stands out more than any other lyric.
Yes.
Good. Highlight it. So essentially, when you hold down a word on an iPhone, it highlights, and then it's going to be there. That's our proof for later, just in case you try to lie, which I know you won't. You're a very honest guy.
Okay.
So it's highlighted, yes?
He can read his mind.
So you have that word highlighted, yeah?
Yeah.
I want you to stare at that highlight. So you can see
Holy
now
shit.
that word stands out. Because in a moment, I'm going to have you lock the phone, put it away. I'm going to have you look right into my eyes and visualize. I want you to imagine seeing a page from a book, right? Seeing those lyrics as if there were a page in a book and that one word stands out. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Lock the phone, put it away. So right now, you have a word in mind, you have a song in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And before all this started, I gave you a question was, how many seconds would you give me to read his mind? So I'm going to ask you if you would want to give me more. It's up to you. Completely.
I'm giving you still that 1 second.
1 second. So if I were literally to just click 1 and stop, that's it.
That's it.
That would be it.
That's all you got.
Genuinely speaking, right? Is there any way I could know in 60 seconds what you're thinking of?
It would be hard, but listen.
No, it would be easier.
It would actually, yeah,
It'd be easier
but
for
it's
Well, that's 60 milliseconds. So it's less than it's pretty much
It's a minute.
yeah, like, but you gotta understand, like, there's a lot of words in the English dictionary,
what about even the song? In
and
this
and the song.
60 seconds has already gone by. He should have already got.
milliseconds. So we haven't do the 1 second. It was 60 milliseconds.
Okay, let's go.
So I haven't even got the full second. So if I could have done that in 80 milliseconds, would that blow you away?
Yes.
Do you want me to be honest with you? I didn't even start. I didn't even get anything. So that 80 did nothing. So we're going to have to do it a bit different, okay? Listen to everything I say.
Okay.
Take a deep breath in. And I want you to close your eyes for me now. In a moment, I'm going to have you open up your eyes, and I want you to imagine that one word, that one lyric was painted right in front of you, that you see each and every letter. Now, Friday, just a yes or no. If I were to guess this word, does it tell me the song in any way, shape, or form?
It won't tell you the name. It won't tell you the name of the song.
Okay, good. Open up your eyes. Think of that word for me now. I want you to imagine that word right in front of you. See each and every single letter. Good. I want you to imagine locking in to one of those letters somewhere in the middle. That wasn't a T though, was it? But there is a T here. I think your mind jumped over. That's where the smirk right there. Very good.
There's a T in there. Definitely.
Friday, I just want you to look right here. I'm going to say, what is the word in your head? Answer to me. That same voice as before. What is the word? Say it in your head now. Obscurity.
Wow.
How did he know?
That's
Crazy.
fucking crazy.
Yo, fam. I just felt a shiver. Like, my whole body, bro. When you just did that, my guy.
Now, wait a
okay,
second.
hold on.
Wait a
What's the
second.
song?
Wait.
What's the song?
The song. Do you know how the song goes? Is it a song you actually like and listen to?
I when I do listen to music, it's one of my favorites.
Okay, good. Sing it in your head now. Sing the melody in your head, okay? Keep
Mhm.
singing it. Look at me as you sing it. Okay. No, I've never heard this melody before. I am hearing the melody from you, but it's very like faint. Okay, you know what? I don't think I know the song. Instead, just think of the song. Think of the group. Think of the song name.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right in saying the song name is 2 words?
Yes.
Okay. Think of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with me right now, both of you. If I could guess the song right now, would that blow you away?
It would.
Not until, yeah, well, you got to do it to me too. But sorry, pause. Yeah.
I want you to think of it, okay? Say the song in your head now. Black Star redefinition.
Whoa. Okay.
Yo.
We're gonna end it there. What do you got coming up next, man? What do you got coming up next, man?
A lot of cool video
Holy
shoots, cool videos coming up.
Smokes. Yo, bro.
Okay,
Yo.
what do you got coming up next?
A lot of video shoots coming up
Mhm.
with the guys. We're December's coming up, so there's going to be a lot of holiday events. Going to be filming
Mhm.
that and doing a lot of stuff in that regard. Some new. We're going to play the song.
No, yeah. Well,
Some new ideas in the video. So a lot of people watching my stuff, they have seen me do a lot of the same thing, and that's just because obviously from a social media standpoint, you have to do what works, keep doing it. But I'm changing the game. I'm gonna do some crazier stuff, something like you've seen right now. That kind of stuff, even crazier down the line. So that stuff planned, more video shoots, performance, and the butterfly effect. Okay. But some crazy video shoots coming soon.
Okay, and give the people your social medias and let the people know where to find you.
Yes, at Kevin, Kevin, Hamdan, Hamdan. We'll bring it up right on the screen right there.
And the website is fire, bro.
Thank you.
Like just that way that it's just so smooth the way it goes through.
Thank you.
Dope.
Thank you very much. It's kevinhamdan.com.
Yo, man, I really appreciate you coming through here, man, having this conversation with us. I feel like we got to learn the full Kevin Hamdan story.
Yeah.
And like even get like a more insight into your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you ran into ours.
You have anything specific you want us to take us out with, music wise?
Let's do Made in Toronto.
Okay, I got
unless you had one that you wanted to play.
I think I got one.
Oh yes,